Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Timmy Tom Show. My name's Timmy.
And my name's Tom.
Yeah, we're a grandson and grandfather duo.
And
we're giving you some good common sense. But today we want to talk to you about fear.
Yeah, I know. You told me that, reminded me that the president had been in the hospital for COVID.
Yeah.
He was tested positive and he went to Walter Reed Hospital and was there for, I think, about 4 days and then went back to work. And it was amazing to me. This man is 74 years old. He normally works 16 or 18 hours every single day. And he went back to full work after 4 days.
Yeah.
What a great example.
He got great care at the hospital. But also, he gave a speech, a little video clip after he got back. And he talked about COVID and the fear of COVID that we actually want to show you guys. So check this out.
The doctors, the nurses, the first responders, and I learned so much about coronavirus. And one thing that's for certain, don't let it dominate you. Don't be afraid of it. Now I'm better, and maybe I'm immune, I don't know. But don't let it dominate your lives. Get out there, be careful. We have the best medicines in the world, and it all happened very shortly, and they're all getting approved, and the vaccines are coming momentarily. Thank you very much. And Walter Reed, what a group of people. Thank you very much.
Hi, we're back again. You know, fear is a terrible thing. We all have fear in our lives. And fear is something that we have to deal with because it can make us do or feel or sense things that affect all the aspects of our lives. One of the neat things about fear is the word itself, F-E-A-R. And something that's been helpful to me and hopefully will be helpful to you is, remember, F-E-A-R is false evidence appearing real.
That's good.
Yeah, there are lots of things that go on in this world that seem to be evidence of some kind. What we really need to do to combat fear is to look at facts.
Right.
Facts. What is it that you say, Tim? Facts?
It's how do we get over fear?
Yeah.
Especially fear of COVID or anything else, right? You need some more facts, right? Because normally what the fear is, we've come up with something in our minds that isn't really real. Like my grandpa said, it's false evidence appearing real. So we look at facts and that'll help you be more unafraid. Okay, if you look up things objectively. And so there's a response to fear of false evidence appearing real. It is you can face everything and rise.
Face everything and rise.
And rise up.
That's good.
Yeah. So what I learned yesterday that could change your life is having 30 seconds of courage a day. So whether you're anxious about something or you're fearful of something, give yourself 30 seconds of straight courage and watch how that changes your life.
And courage doesn't mean you have to do something reckless.
Yeah, exactly.
But it means you have to do something that's thoughtful rather than emotional. Fear itself is emotional. Fear doesn't want you to think about the real facts. If you think about the real facts, that can help give you the courage to act responsibly.
Exactly. I mean, going back to the COVID example, because it's affecting everybody, when we first learned about COVID, everybody did social distancing, everybody was wearing masks because we didn't know much about it. Right. And, all the churches were shut down. Everything was shut down because the fear was if you go outside, you could catch COVID and die in 2 seconds.
There you go.
Because of the big death rate. But now we know that COVID actually has a higher survival rate than a lot of other viruses.
Including the flu.
Yeah. Now let's get something straight. It is a real virus.
Right.
People have died.
Right.
But there's a fear associated with this COVID that hasn't been with other viruses. There's actually a 99.9 survival rate for people under the age of 18. And for people like my grandfather's age, he's in great health. No pre-existing conditions. He's an inspiration to us all. But for people over the age of 65 with pre-existing conditions, their survival rate is still 99.6.
99.6 survival.
99.6 survival.
That's the people who actually get it. And one of the things that you need to know in looking at the facts is I went to the CDC website some time ago to look up how they come up with the numbers they come up with. And there's a little disclaimer near the end of the website which says, we report the figures that are given to us, but we have no way of verifying the accuracy of any of the numbers that we're presenting.
It kind of stinks.
So what they're saying is they're trusting everybody to say, oh yeah, this is really what happened. This is really the positives. And unfortunately, we know of people who have been judged positive. In fact, one lady got a letter that her mother was positive, and she called them and said, my mother died 7 months ago before COVID even came.
Yeah. She was put under COVID death.
But she's listed as a COVID positive, and so we know that there are things like that happen. How much of that happens? Well, if we hear about 50 cases of it, the law of statistics say there are 5,000 cases of it.
Yeah, and it's actually a lot of the COVID deaths. So if you died of a car accident, you were put under COVID. Or if you had stage 4 cancer and you were already dying and then you contracted COVID, you were put under a COVID death. The reason for that is the more COVID deaths, the more money that state would get. So if you look at New York under Governor Andrew Cuomo, he put COVID patients, positive COVID patients, into nursing facilities, and about over 6,000 elderly patients died
because they passed it on to other elderly patients.
That's ridiculous. Okay, but if you look at these facts, all right, the death rate, I don't believe the death rate. I don't think it's as high as they're telling us. And for that very reason, that not every COVID death is a COVID death.
Right. Well, there are things like the state of Arizona, which now has a regulation that says if you test positive for COVID and die within 60 days of the test, you're listed as a COVID death.
Yeah.
It doesn't say anything about any other conditions that may have added to it. We're not trying to say that COVID is not important.
Exactly.
It is important. And we feel that anyone should take any precautions that makes them feel comfortable.
Be smart about it.
But base your precautions on what the facts are, not what the feeling is.
Exactly. Having the little mask tyrants going around and making sure, wear your mask. I can't tell you how many times people have told me or gotten mad at me for not wearing a mask.
Well, and I like the Sesame Street character that says, if you don't wear your mask, get out of here. I don't want to see you. That's pretty positive.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you think wearing a mask is important, by all means, wear the mask.
Oh, yeah.
But know why you're wearing the mask.
Exactly. And I mean, if you're sick, just like if you had the flu or anything else,
you don't want to give it to somebody.
Yeah. Don't sneeze on anybody. Don't cough in front of anybody.
Right.
But I don't think COVID warrants a complete shutdown of American society.
Unless you're somebody who wants to shut down American society for your own purposes.
Yeah, that's true.
And we have to be careful of that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we want to encourage you. Don't be fearful.
Yeah.
Find out the facts. Make intelligent, informed choices, not reaction, emotional choices.
Yeah.
And do whatever you need to do to keep yourself and others safe without putting yourself under the tremendous pressure that you could be under if you let COVID run rampant in your imagination.
Agreed. It's and a quote I like is, I don't know what holds tomorrow, what tomorrow holds, but I know who holds tomorrow.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's something else that we want to talk about in another future thing. But
yeah.
In America, we still have the privilege of examining facts and making informed decisions.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of countries in this world where you cannot do that.
No.
The government tells you what facts are important and what facts you must adhere to. And there are penalties, severe penalties in some cases, for not adhering to the facts that the government gives you. As great as our government is, and it is the greatest government that exists in the world at this time, it should and it does encourage individuals to examine facts and think them through for themselves. Let's quit being a society that wants to respond emotionally, saying, I want what I want, when I want it, the way I want it, and say, wait a minute, what are the facts? And let me base my actions and my thoughts on the facts.
Exactly. I mean, facts are in accordance with reality, and if you're in accordance with more facts and more reality, you're ultimately going to be a better person.
That's what I think.
And a better person for society.
Anyway, we say that to you to encourage you.
Yeah.
You are intelligent. You can do all of this stuff. Nobody's going to force you to do it. We're just suggesting that you will be more content, more fulfilled in yourself.
Yep.
If you'll take the time to examine the facts and think things through.
Exactly. All right, guys. So try that 30 seconds of courage. Watch how it changes your life. And we'll see you on Freedom Friday number 5. And stay tuned. We still have that big announcement coming.
Yes, indeed.
All right. See you later.
Bye-bye.
What's going on, everybody? Just wanted to come.
Hi, friends. This is Tom. That's all for now. See you.